is 43, and we're going to be doing a one-weight workout today. So what you're going to need is one weight, your weight that you want to use. I'm only using a lighter weight because I'm not supposed to be carrying a lot of weight in my hand. So you can use a 10 pound, a 5 pound, an 8 pound, a 15 pound, a 20 pound, whatever you're going to be able to use in one arm for repeated reps, and then something that's going to be challenging enough that you can use with two hands. Or you can have a couple weights and you can change them out depending on what the exercise is for you, alrighty? And then we're going to be going up and down on the floor for a couple different exercises, so make sure you have a mat and you have something to drink, alrighty? So we're gonna get ready to do our warm-up. So let's just start with some jacks. So we're gonna go out to the side for these jacks. Instead of going up overhead, we'll go up overhead in a minute. So let's just go out to the side, reaching out. That's it. Almost there. Okay, let's do a reverse lunge and an overhead press. And that knee's gonna go up. That's it. So press through that leg. About 2 more seconds here. Good. All right, we're gonna switch, change to the other side. Okay, ready? Take back, up we go. Make sure you're pressing that leg behind your shoulder and you're not crossing over here, okay? Cool, that would be, kind of defeats the purpose of what we're doing. Might make you imbalanced. So we're gonna just stay right behind in that reverse lunge. We'll do a curtsy lunge here in a little bit. Good, okay, so now we're gonna go out to the side, swing those arms, side to side. Really the inside of the leg. Good. Swing those arms out, shoulder height. Warming those knees up a little bit more in a different direction. Okay, so we're going to go open the hip up. Open the hip up. So we can bring it inside to outside. Inside to outside. Here you go. Good. That knee up, rotate out. Okay, last one. Okay, let's do big circles with the arms going back. So stay with your range of motion. Maybe one of your arms can't go all the way up. Maybe you're down here doing circles, and that's good too. So stay with what you can do. Okay, we're gonna open up that stance and we're gonna just rotate side to side, kind of flopping those hands onto the knee and hip. Whatever you can do for the rotation. This is a really good one for you. That's it, keep going. Okay, now we're going to go down side to side, side to side. So I'm trying not to stick that hip out. See, this is the hip going out, and this is what I want you to do. So we're only going down from the torso down. Really want you to feel it on the side of the body. Good. Try not to stick that hip out. Almost there. Seconds. Okay, now we're going to do that curtsy lunge. So curtsy, and we're going to make it up into like a pretend bicep curl. All the way back up, and then curtsy over. So with a curtsy, you know, there's always two things you can do: way over here, or do a little bit and go down more. So whatever is the best feeling for you for the day. Okay, so now we're going to take front leg, back leg. Enough room that I can do that. There we go. Front leg, back leg. And then we're going to switch sides, okay? Front leg, back leg. This is another one of those where you have to make sure you step right back. Alrighty, so we're all done. So shake out this leg, shake out those arms. Get this out of the way. Okay, so our first workout's a little bit longer than the other two. So we're gonna do 16 minutes to start with. And we're gonna get our one weight handy. And we're gonna get ready to go. So let me put my handy dandy, let's see, get that on there right. Okay, good, perfect. Timer on there so we can hear the time. Get my water ready. Have your water ready. Now, if you need water before the 16 minutes is up, of course, you can take water breaks whenever you want to. We have 15 seconds in between. We have 45 seconds of work. Okay, so we're going to start. If you can, you're going to put that weight behind your head. It cannot sit on your back. So you can hold it like this, or you can hold it like this, or you can hold it on your chest. Okay, so I'm going to hold it long way. And we're going to bend over. Slight bend in the knee, bending from the hips, and then we're going to squat. Okay? So I'm this way. Bending over at the hips, coming up, and then I'm going to squat. Do it this way. Bending over. Okay, only going to parallel with the floor, and then we're going to squat. Good. Parallel to the floor, and then squat. So it's a good morning, and it's a squat, and that's what you want to do. Good. All right, so enough of that one. So last time we did we're going to do a reverse lunge, okay, with the front lunge and the back lunge, okay? So we're going to take down, and then we're going to bring it up, okay? So down lunge, and then up into a bicep curl. Down, up into a bicep curl, good. Just keep going. Now remember what leg you're on, because we have to switch to the other side next time we do this. Up, and then down. Up, front lunge, back lunge. And if you need to take a little stop in between, you can do that too. Okay? Sometimes I have to do that. Sometimes it comes out real smooth. Sometimes it doesn't. So you go with what you have to do at the time. Okay, down we go. Okay, from there, we're going to go to, my writing's too small, squat, drop with a rotation. Okay, so I'm going to have it here in my left hand, and I'm going to do a squat, squat drop, bring it up, rotate. Again, squat, rotate, squat, rotate, okay? Just gonna keep doing that on that same side, over and over again. Rotation, squat, rotation, squat. Try to get that heel up on that same side, okay? Want a good rotation, rotation, squat, rotation, squat, rotation. Keep it in that one arm rotation. Almost done here. Okay, so for this last one, we're doing a squat, weight from right to left, knee raise. Okay, so we're gonna do a squat, and the knee's gonna come up, squat, knee comes up, okay? Squat, knee raise, squat, knee raise. And we're just gonna go back and forth, okay? Knee raise, knee raise. gonna start all over again from the beginning, and we're gonna do 3 more rounds, okay? And we're gonna work on form every time we do it. First time's a little rough, because unless you've watched the whole video through, you don't know what to expect. Okay, so we're gonna start over again with the good morning. Okay, weight behind your head. Alrighty. Bend the knees a little bit. We're gonna tip over at the hip and do our good morning. And then into our squat. Okay, so parallel with the floor. Come back up. Squat. Good, nice little squat. Parallel with the floor. Come back up. Squat. Good. I'm just gonna keep going. Trying to make sure that that weight isn't hurting our neck at all. Okay, just holding on to it. Squat. Like I said, you can hold it in front if the weight's really heavy and it feels awkward, or maybe hurts your shoulders to hold it this way or the long way. Good job. Right, so bringing that weight around. Okay, we're gonna do our reverse lunge and front lunge here. So I'm gonna go back first. Bring the weight down in front of me, and then front lunge, bring it up to bicep curl. So I changed arms. Did you change arms? Okay, and then up. Good, down, and then up. Down, and then up. Down, and up. So this is probably one of my least favorite exercises. And you think, well, why do you do them, Joy? Well, because split squats are really good with quads. And because I don't go to a regular gym, like where I can do leg extensions and leg presses with heavy weights, gotta do something. Okay, so we're gonna do our drop weight with rotation. Okay, it's just on the side. So it's a squat, and then I'm gonna rotate up, leaving it in that same hand. We're ready? Okay, here we go. Squat, rotate up. Good. Notice that heel comes off the ground, so I can get a good rotation when I press up. So, you know, every exercise is a little different. If you're using the same weight and it's really heavy, it might be really good for the ones where we maybe just use the lower body, but then it's a little bit harder when we have to take it up over the head. So you might go slower than I am, which is fine. Just go slower. And then we can, you know, doesn't matter. You have plenty of time to get a lot of good ones in there. Okay, so now we're just gonna do our squat and bring it up and change, squat, bring it up and change. Bring that knee up with it. Okay, we're gonna start on this side. Okay, so we squat, knee up. Ready? Squat, knee up. And you're like, well, what does that knee up do for you? Well, what do you think it does? It, well, works your quad a little bit too, right? But what it's also doing is it's working your abs. Whenever you're lifting your leg up, it's working your abs. So you know, people always say, ooh, running is really good for your abs. Walking is good for your abs. Well, that's what this is, without all that leaving house stuff. So here you go. Don't like running. Do this. Ta-da. All right, so we're starting all over again. Here we go. Everything on that left side. We're gonna start with the good morning first, which of course is in the middle. Okay, here we go, down. Up, and then squat. So I'm gonna turn to the side. So you can watch my good morning. Flat back, and squat. Chin and chest up. Now, some of you fold over more when you squat. Some of you straight up back when you squat. And however you squat, I want you to think about going to your knees is really important, but I have to tell you from experience that bending down a little bit lower in your squat is going to help your knees because it needs that movement to help with arthritis, to get that lubrication up. So just remember that. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start with this leg, front lunge. Okay, so we're going to do front lunge up and then reverse lunge. Drop. Good. I also put a little, liniment. It's not really liniment. It's not called liniment. I use glue on my knees and my elbows to help them, and that helps a lot. Maybe you use something else. Maybe you use a prescription. Maybe you use CBD oil or cream, whatever you can. I try to avoid taking lots of ibuprofen or anything like that, just because that builds up in your gut, and it kind of ruins the gut health after a while. So do what you can, keep moving. Ice it, maybe, if it's real bad. So think about alternatives besides inflammation medicine. I do Tiramac every day to help for a lot of things going on in my body, not just for aches and pains. I just take one pill a day, so it's not like I do a lot of that. That's it. Good. And whether you're exercising in a chair or standing up and doing these exercises or working out even harder than this, it's all good movement. Okay. So we did the squat, and we're going to do up. Okay, squat up. Okay, so we're going to do this. Up, change hands. Squat. I sure hope that when I actually read this, I go, oh, that wasn't the exercise we were supposed to do. But hey, look at that. This is what we're doing. Okay, so we have one more round after this, and we'll be done with this set of exercises, and we're going to move on to our next set of exercises. Excellent. Keep going. Think about getting that knee at least hip high if you can, because that's what's so good for you. Okay. So, good morning and squat. Then we'll do the reverse lunge. Okay, so good morning and squat. This one I really like. I haven't done a good morning in a while, and thought, wow, it's a great combination, and it's a fun one to do. So it's a good one to get done. Good job. Almost there. All right. Okay, front lunge, back lunge. Get where you need to be. I'm going to start with the front lunge first. So backed up. So front lunge, and then back lunge. Front lunge, back lunge. So that hand can be out to the side, can be on your hip, wherever you need it to be to help you with balance. Almost there. All right, so this is the squat with the rotation on this side. I'll be ready for a drink after this, for sure. Okay, all feels good. Okay, here we go. Squat, rotation. So, it's important not to get sloppy when you're doing reps, because that's how you get injury. You know, you may be done before that 45 seconds is over, especially if you're hefting up a really heavy weight. So be mindful of what your body is telling you. So if it's starting to really hurt that shoulder as you come up, then maybe it's time to stop going up. You can squat still if you want to. Maybe you'll just come up to the bicep curl, you know, the clean here, and just hold it there. Because you don't want to injure yourself while you're working out. So pay attention to what your body's telling you. You know, if you get 6 to 8 reps in, then go with what your body is saying to you, okay? Nice. Good job. Almost done. That's it. All right, so time for a drink, and then we'll get ready for our next set. All right, so we're gonna get ready for set number 2, and I need to change my timer. So there's not as many rounds in this one. We're gonna go down to 12. All right. So this is all in the sumo squat position. So we're gonna really target those inner thighs for this workout, okay? So we're gonna hold the weight side to side for this one, and we're just gonna go down into a sumo squat, come up into a bicep curl for this first exercise, okay? Okay, got it. Here we go. Okay, sumo squat, bicep curl. So what you want to do is that if, like I can see myself, of course, because I'm filming. If you can see yourself, you want to try to get that booty level with your knees as you're going down. That's how low you want to go. But as soon as you feel a nice stretch between those inner thighs, then you know you've pretty much gone far enough. Now you want to make sure that your back is pretty straight, so don't be doing this and then coming up. I don't want you to lean over. I want you to stay nice and tall when you go down, okay? Okay, so now we're going to bring the weight here, and we're going to lift and lift the heel, and then take an overhead press with that. Okay, so you're down a ways, so avoid coming up here. So lift and lift, lift. So we're lifting the heel, and each time we lift the heel, we're going to do an overhead press. Good. Good, keep going. Almost there. Perfect. Okay. So for this one, we're going to make the toes go in and out. In tough one on the knees. Ooh, so don't go real fast. So we're gonna go in, press out. 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 Good. In, press out. 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 So you gotta go down again. Make sure you go low. You feel that in those quads. Whew. Feeling it. Almost there. Okay. Ooh, I gotta shake out my legs. A couple seconds. Okay, back down to that sumo squat. Bicep curl. So we only have those 3 exercises. Okay? Down and up. That's good. Think about how low you're going. Make sure you feel that little tug between the legs. We really want to work those inner thighs. Making sure you're sitting nice and tall while you're doing this. All right, so we're going to do heel raises. Got to get in that squat position. And we're going to lift one heel, then the other heel, and do an overhead press. Okay, so up and up. Good. Raise that heel up nice and high. Slow it down if you need to. Oh, perfect. Whew. Alrighty. So we're going to bring those toes in and then out. Alrighty. I'm going to bring them in first, and then I'll press out. So in, then out. In, then out. In, then out. In, then out. Woo. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. And make sure you get that squat in there when you go back out. Drop. That's it. Good job. I try not to bend my fingers as much. There's no weight really on it, so it's not too bad. Whew. Okay, get up, shake out those legs. Okay. So I think I said we're only doing 3 sets. I think we're actually doing 4. So here we go. Are you ready? Down and up. This is set 3 that we're going on now. Good job. Think about how low you're going. Are you still feeling the tug? Because you're probably pretty warmed up by now, and your legs are probably getting a little bit more stretched out. So you might have to slow it down and think about going a little bit lower, okay? So think about where you're at. Okay, here we are. And we're going to do the heel lift with that press up. we go. Up and up. Really working that upper back and shoulders. Really working the tush and that inner thigh. Feet are wanting to slip. Watch your feet. Good job. I think we're on the floor for the next set of exercises, or at least part of it, some of the time. I think the whole thing's on the floor though, so we'll get that little bit of a break. Whew. Okay. Okay. Toes in and out. Front press involved. Okay, open those knees up. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. So I'm going to try to slow it down just so I can make sure I get that lower squat in there. Good job. Whew, okay, one more set. Are you ready? Okay, you might not be feeling this yet, because now you're starting to really loosen up. Hopefully you'll feel it later. Okay, last set, 3 exercises, 3 minutes. That's it, okay? That's all we have, 3 minutes. Good. Down, a little lower. Slow it down a little bit. That's to get those thighs really worked out. That's it. You can do it. We're almost there. Okay, good job. Okay. Just a little bit more, 2 more minutes. Okay. Take it up with your heel up. A little sweaty. Okay, up and up. Almost there. Ooh, okay, one more exercise. Almost there. Are you ready? Okay, gotta give this one all you got. It's a toughie, I know. And we go in, then out. So I'm going to try not to pop all the way up to here. I'm going to try to keep those knees bent a little bit while I turn my toes back in, just to keep it a little bit more tension on my thighs. But if you need to pop up, then of course you can. Because that third set, I was doing it, and I was thinking, I don't think I'm supposed to be doing that. But it was too late, I got into a rhythm, and I just stuck with it. All right, yay, that one's done. Okay, we're gonna take ourselves to the floor and get a drink of water, and we're gonna get ready for our last set. Perfect. So we're gonna do, let's see, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there's 5. So we're gonna take it down to 10 reps or rounds now. So there were actually 5 exercises, so we're gonna do each of them only twice. So it'll actually be, yeah, because I have them on here twice. So you'll do each of them twice. So that's good. All right, so we're gonna get this away. And we're gonna start with the bridge. Okay, so I'll show you it first. Okay, so we're here. We're gonna bring the hips up. And so the hips will start up, okay? Then we're gonna bring the hips down, and we're gonna bring the weight in over them. And as the weight goes back, the hips come up, down, and the weight up, okay? So don't leave the knees, weight the legs down here when you go over. Let's try to skim them right here, okay? And then put the feet down. When the weight touches, the hips come up, or somewhere in between there. Alrighty, so that's the first one. The second one, you're gonna do on both sides, okay? It's gonna be, you might want a lighter weight for this, depending on how your shoulder is. We're gonna leave one knee up, okay, so that the weight's in the same side that the knee is up. And we're just gonna come up and meet it, okay? And then we're gonna do that on the other side. Do the same thing on the other side, okay? And then we're gonna go back to this position, and we're gonna do like a Russian get-up, but it's a rotating Russian get-up. So that means your arm is gonna try to stay as still as possible. It's gonna stay up, so you don't wanna waver it back and forth. You want it straight up. Okay, we're going to rotate the hip over, and we're gonna push up, and then back down. So you're using, I'll do it on this side so you can see. Okay, so I'm gonna rotate my knee, my hands here on the floor, and I'm gonna push up with this elbow, okay? So when I do this, I usually like scoot as far over on my mat as possible and rotate so that my elbow's still on the mat when I do it. So our objective is try not to let this arm go crazy, okay? So decide what kind of weight you want to use for all of this. I'm gonna scooch down so I have plenty of headroom. Okay, we're gonna start with the weight behind the head. So you can hold it this way or this way. It just depends on how you want to do it. I kind of like it this way because, can I do it? Yeah. Because then I don't hit my fingers. All right, so I'm going to hit my timer. And so my hips are up to start with. My feet are flat on the floor. I'm not tucking my chin in. My chin is vertical with the floor. And I'm going to go ahead and drop my tush, bring the weight up, plant the feet, tushes up. And every time you bring that tush up, what do? You squeeze it. And up, get those shoulders up off the floor. If you can, if you need to leave your shoulders and the head down, then do that. Good. Let's just keep going. My body likes to walk backwards when I'm doing this one. But I gotta make sure I'm where I want to be when I do the next 2 exercises. Okay, get into your rhythm. Maybe you can speed it up, but always be mindful. All right, so knee up, arm in the back. We're just gonna arc it. So think about what that shoulder's telling you. Get that shoulder in the right place. Hand out to the side for stabilizer. And we're gonna come up. Now, blow out, pull that belly button in as that arm and that leg come up. Don't hit your shin or your ankle with the weight. So be mindful of what you're doing when you're lifting that leg and bringing your hand to your leg. If you want to make it harder, you can like rotate it. Oh, that would be fun. There's an exercise for you. There's a new one. Always thinking, right?
All right, so now we're just gonna switch sides. Okay, every shoulder is different, so maybe your other shoulder needs to be talked to. Make sure it's happy where it's at, so that when you bring it up and down, it's gonna be not in pain. You're not gonna wrench it out. If there's ever a time a movement isn't good for you, then don't do it. Just bring the leg up and down. Think, see how I arch and then I push that belly down? Because that arm is going back, kind of makes me want to arch my back, but then I push it down when I blow out, when everything comes up. That way I'm really working that whole core. Okay, now I'm on a mat, so I'm going to scooch over to this side. So I'm going to keep it in this arm just because it's there. And this way you can see me on this first set. So same arm, same leg is up. I'm going to rotate. Okay, I'm rotating. Ooh, and I'm pushing up. Oh, I let it drop. That was bad. Okay, let's try again. Rotate up. That was a little better. Okay, up, rotate, up. Okay, go all the way back, rotate up. So I kind of like this one. It's kind of fun. I like that little extra rotation because usually a Russian get-up is just going forward this way. But this way I think it gets the obliques a little bit more. So I think that's kind of fun. All right, so now we're going to do the other side. So I'm going to squish to the other side, same arm, same leg, hand out to the side, elbows on my mat. Make sure your elbow's happy where it's at. Rotate and up. Okay, I got to try to be better. Keep that arm straight. Slow it down if you want to. You don't have to be sloppy. It's all about being as precise as possible. I got stuck on my hip bone. Stop me. I got enough padding there. You would think that that would just roll right over, but on that side, for some reason, it just didn't do that. All right, now we're going to start all over again. Okay, we got to scooch down, because maybe you do too. Okay, weight behind the head, hips are up, and make sure that chin's parallel with the floor. Okay, dropping the chin, bringing it all up. Up we go. Not sure I'm breathing the way I want to. Tough because both moves are kind of hard, so you kind of have to breathe where you want to. Exhale either here or here. Which one's harder for you, doing the bridge or bringing the weight up over? So, you know, you have to decide. Okay, elbow, knee. Bringing the other leg up. Get your outrigger out so that you can stabilize yourself. Here we go. Up and down. Good job. Now what are we thinking about? We're thinking about pulling the belly button into the spine as we lift the legs, protect the lower back, give the belly a workout, because that's what we're trying to do, right? We're not really doing this for the arm and the leg, even though you're working the quad and you're working your tricep and your shoulder. Excuse me. You need to work the belly. Work those muscles. Think about all those muscles working in there. trying to get that leg and that arm up, working through the rib cage, through the sides. Okay, now we're switching sides. Maybe one arm, you know, sometimes we're stronger on one side than the other. Some people like to use a heavy weight on one side and a light weight on the other. Caution you in doing that. You know, use the light weight for both sides. Because you don't want to be all Popeye on one side and olive oil on the other. So you want to, you can still get toned with a lighter weight while you're waiting for your weaker side to become stronger. But you don't want to be using the heavy side on one side and the lighter side on the other side. Just use the lighter weights. Then because when you have those different strengths and weaknesses, that's how you get injured more. So we want to try to even everything up. Okay, so I'm going to actually start with my opposite side this time, and I'm going to roll away from you. So I changed arms. You can do whichever side you want to first. Okay, so here we go. Turn and lift, because I want to end facing you. And lift. Good. And lift. And lift. Good job. A few more before our buzzer goes off. So what do you think about this one? Is this better than a regular Russian get-up? Have you done a Russian get-up with me before? You probably have. All right, so let's go to the other side. And here we go. Now, I know some of you don't like getting on the floor to do anything, but being able to do things on the floor and get up off the floor is probably one of the most important things you'll ever do for yourself. Because if you're ever alone and something happens where you fall or you trip, you need to be able to get up off the floor. You've got to keep those core muscles strong enough to get off the floor. That's why we exercise, so we can do things like that. Getting up off the floor, getting up and down stairs, getting in and out of bed, getting in and out of the shower, the bathtub, the potty. That's why we exercise, not just to look good, but to be able to live our lives. All right. So, being able to get up is important. So here I am, laying down. I drop my knees to the side and I roll over and I use my hand, put out my leg here, and I push myself up to a seated position. And then hopefully this leg's gonna be coming out, and then I can find something to grab onto, or I'll be able to crawl to wherever I need to get to be able to stand up. All right, so that is our workout for today. So, if you only have one weight at your house, now you know what to do with that one weight. There's so many things that you can do with one weight. One weight workouts are always my favorite. All right, so let's do a quick drink, and then we're going to do a cool down. Good job. All right, so cool down. So you can sit however you want to. If you don't like sitting cross-legged, you can put your legs out in front. We're just going to go side to side and then go to the other side. Just nice little side bends here. Good. Now, if it's ever uncomfortable, if something doesn't feel right, readjust yourself. If you want to get into a chair, you can get into a chair. That's fine too. You don't have to stay on the floor. Okay, now we're going to reach behind like we're trying to grab our shoulder, then we're going to push away. Again, reach around like you're grabbing your shoulder. Push away. One more time. Reach around. Push away. Now, let's do the other side. Reach. Push. So you're trying to pretend like you're pushing
Jell-O away from you. Here we go. In a big vat of orange Jell-O. One more time. Excellent. Okay, we're gonna give ourselves a big hug, and then we're gonna, oh, like we're taking off a sweater. Oh, good. Okay, do it again this time. See if that opposite arm's on top. I hope mine is. And then, oh, reach. Excellent. Okay, so now I'm gonna bring one arm across, and I'm gonna pick the other hand underneath it. I'm gonna hold on to like my shoulder area. I'm gonna push this shoulder down so it's not up here by my chin, and I'm gonna just hold it into me. And then I'm gonna rotate this hand around because I was holding weights. And then I'm gonna rotate it the other way. And then I'm gonna make like I'm squeezing a hamburger. That's what my physical therapist said. I say it's a puppet. Whatever you want. Okay, now we're gonna open our fingers. You see that? Open the fingers wide and close. Wide and close, wide and close. And now we're gonna do cat's claw. Cat's claw, cat's claw. That's when you don't make a fist, you only bend the knuckles. Okay, now shake that hand down and relax the arm. Now we're gonna take the other one. Bring it in, make sure that shoulder's away from the ear. Rotate the hand. Rotate the other way. Okay, squish your hamburger or be a finger puppet. Good, now open and close your fingers. Okay, now do your cat's claw. And shake your hand down. Good. Okay, stretch it out. Alrighty, so we're gonna bring our legs in front of us if they're not already. We're gonna round our back and we're gonna hold onto our shins or our knees. Big breath in, fill the back, exhale. 2 more times. Big breath in. Exhale. 1 more. Exhale. Bring ourselves up. Now we're gonna put our fingertips behind us. We're gonna inhale up into the chest. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more time. Exhale. Now we're gonna inhale. As we exhale, we're gonna lean forward and relax those fingers. Excellent job. Now, our legs are out front. So we're gonna pull the toes towards the shins, push the heels away from you. We're gonna walk our hands out in front with a nice flat back, and we're just gonna hold on. Now, if you can reach your toes, that's great, reach your toes. Otherwise, just hold on to where you can. I don't want this, okay? I need chin and chest up, nice flat back. Toes coming towards you. We're getting the back of the legs. We're getting the lower back. That's all great. Perfect. Now we're going to inhale. Exhale. Now we're going to round back. Exhale up. Shoulders up towards the ears. Then we're going to drop them down. Okay, now we're going to point and flex the toes. Okay, so be careful doing this. Don't get a cramp in your calf. If it starts to hurt, of course you stop, right? Okay, we're gonna bring one leg in. We're gonna see if you can cross it over. So if your knee is way up here, don't worry about it. We're gonna just try to relax. We're gonna pull up here. We're gonna pull up here. We're gonna get those sits bones down on the ground, okay? Now we're gonna place a hand on this knee. And again, we're gonna have a nice flat back. We're not gonna try to get our nose down to our leg. We're gonna try to get our chest across this bent part of our leg. So we're just gonna inhale and exhale. This foot's nice and relaxed, but it's not leaning over, okay? And we're just gonna relax. Our neck's in alignment with our spine. You're not doing this, okay? Just relax and move your hands where you need to as you go down. Maybe you can get all the way down, your chest all the way to that leg. Otherwise, you just stay where you're at. Feel that stretch through that back and through those hips. Getting those hips right here. This is my number 4 stretch, or a pigeon. Some people call it a pigeon. Okay, we're gonna inhale, and then we're gonna exhale all the way up. And then we're gonna relax and bring the other leg over. Let's just do this, one more stretch, okay? Again, same way. First we start here, relax the front foot, make sure it's up though and not off to the side, and we're Leaning forward with a straight back. We let the exhales drop us down. We don't push ourselves down. We go inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And see how the body naturally goes down. One more. Inhale, exhale. Now we're going to inhale, and then we're going to exhale up. Perfect. And we're going to bring that leg out. We're going to just shake both legs. Great. Now, just bring yourself back into a comfortable position. Let's go ahead and just inhale up. Exhale back down. 2 more times. Continue stretching if you need it. Otherwise, we're all done. Drink lots of water, though. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.